Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. I hope y'all are well. I hope everything is going okay with y'all. You know, I was just thinking about something, I'm gonna be real. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck, alright? I love women, okay? But my love for women, I keep concealed. You know what I mean? I don't express outwardly how much I love women. I keep it inwardly inside of me, because I've learned over the years that if you do things outwardly to show your love for women, just in general, that, those things will backfire on you and that you will be looked at as a weakling, because of the simple fact that in this day and age, women have become, how should I put it? Entrenched in, number one, neo-feminism, which is, in essence, I can do everything that a guy can do, but in addition to doing everything that a guy can do, they take on those, how should I say it, those physical attributes, not physically on their body, but physically in their minds. Like they visualize, who is the, how should I put it, the most finest dude of them all, who is the one with the most, the most, how should I put this, the most hang time, if you understand where I'm coming from, right? And so we also have the fact that you have the other side of the coin, where you have the women who are pushing that sexual liberation agenda. In essence, what they're pushing is, you can be scantily clad, you can be nude, you can be, walking around topless, you can do all of that. You can have, multiple partners without being bound to marriage. And that's just, in essence, you expressing your sexuality according to this movement. You know what I mean? And then you have the other, which is the whole conscious movement, which puts women on a pedestal, calls them goddesses, calls them queens, but the reality is quite different. They end up being treated as nothing more than mats where you basically put your, step on to clean your shoes before coming into your residence. So I say this all to say and ask these questions. And also in this video, I'm going to examine, both sides of the spectrum when it comes to, number one, are these challenges on TikTok, like the bust down challenge, and also the silhouette challenge, are these good things for women? are these like is this a good indicator that, things are going to be getting better between male and female relationships? So let's just look closely into this. Now, the upside to these movements or to these challenges, this is the upside, I will say. Speaking from a guy's perspective, that is. The upside, speaking from a guy's perspective, is you get to see beautiful women do what they do, and 9 times out of 10, they're beautiful black women who are doing this, And if you've been rocking with my channel, you know how I feel in terms of my preference in women. You know what I mean? So, that's one of the good things. You get to see beautiful black women, and you get to see them in, different, just different complexions, different shapes, different figures, different hair, different movements, just all types of things. So I would say that's an upside to the eyes. That's a pleasure to the eyes. You know what I mean? The other upside, I guess you can say, is you get to see that nobody can move like a black woman. You know what I mean? Like nobody can really move like them, or nobody can really move like women who have that in the bloodline. You know what I mean? Be it that maybe they don't look too phenotypically black. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about like the Brazilians, talking about like, some Dominicans and those Latin Americans and what have you. And to another extent, North African women, Arabs, quietness is kept. They have that in them too, although they will deny it. So those are two of the upsides to it. But despite these upsides, there's more downsides to it. And I'm gonna tell you why. The number one downside is you're basically desensitized to women in general. It's to a point where it doesn't. How should I say it? You see it so often that it doesn't really make you regard a woman as like, as it was back in the day. You know what I mean? It makes you regard a woman like, oh, well, she's just another, how should I say, there's a word for it without being too derogatory, but she's just another, hot stepper. Yeah, it's like she's a hot stepper, and you look at it and you're like, oh, it's cool. But then you say to yourself, yeah, she's doing this for the gram and things like that. So I definitely can't bring her home to mom's. You know what I mean? So that's the downside to that. You feel me? And then the other downside to that is it's not good for your soul. You know what I mean? It's not good. It doesn't really do your soul much good. It, in a way, takes, although you're desensitized to what you see, at the same time, it takes your mind and it makes your imagination go. You feel me? Because what happens is you're looking at these things and you're not really thinking about, um, what does that woman have inside her heart? What does that woman have inside her soul? What does that woman have inside her mind? You're thinking about, damn, look at her. Look at them thighs, look at them, look at the duber, as we call it, the derriere, whatever word you want to use, the cakes, whichever term you have for it. So this is what you're thinking about, And it's like, of course, when you're looking at these things, the one thing that's going in your head is like, man, I want to hit that. And they know this, they know this. They understand that this is the case. They understand that, they're gonna draw this attention, But then you have to ask yourself this question, like, damn, if she's doing this, if she's doing this challenge and stuff like that, is there something else that meets the eye though? Is there more to her than, like just her body, her gyrations and things like that? Is there more to her? And because you can't give your power away, I don't recommend that you hop in the DMs and try to find out, because of the simple fact that, anything that you can say to that woman, she's heard before, by various other guys. So it's better for you not to be one of those guys. It's actually the best thing you can do. Is not be one of those guys. So, another bad thing about the challenges that I say is that, unfortunately with these challenges, some of them are, believe it or not, some of them are mothers. Some are mothers. And so, God forbid that, their daughters are aware that they're doing these things. You know what I mean? Because what happens is the daughter is just going to say, oh, well, this is okay. My mom's doing it, so why don't I? And then on another note, here's another thing too. I'm not saying that this happens all the time. I'm not saying this. But, say if a single mother goes ahead and does this challenge, right? In essence, you can kind of say it's safe to say that single mother looks at her daughter more as a homegirl, more so than as a daughter. And, she's probably going to say, I'm not going to say this goes for all single mothers or anything like that, but she's probably going to be like, yo, this is okay. Tease these guys, make them, you know what I mean? Like, tease them, don't give them anything, and make them frustrated. You know what I mean? Like, so this is the issue with those challenges. But the problem is with the challenges, those are the ones that get the most traffic. So if you were to have a intellectual challenge, like something that requires using your brain, something that requires using, some kind of skill that involves, intellectual endurance and things of that nature, then it wouldn't be as popular as these things would be. But, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because another side of this thing, look, this is another side of it. When you do these things, like when women do these things, and put it this way, I'm not one of those guys. Don't get it twisted for a moment. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. I swear to Allah, I'm not one of those guys. But what happens is they're gonna get attention. Guys are gonna be in the DM 90 miles per hour. Okay, they're gonna say, women though will be like, well, all these guys are hitting me up. It's annoying. But deep inside, they actually like that attention, even if they are not going to give the guy the time of the day. That's how that works. They like the attention, and although they act like they don't like the attention, they actually do. So, I don't know, man. I guess I can say it's not really good. You know what I mean? It's nice to look at. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to sit here and just lie. It's nice to look at, but the end result is not really that good, man. I really examine it, things like that. It's not really good, man. It's not really good at all. But man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Let me know how y'all feel about these challenges. And I want your perspective on the whole thing. Full of signing out. Inshallah.